So today is January 28th, and yesterday the title of my video was New All-Time Highs. I was asking if we were gonna get to new all-time highs, but we did. We did not only on ES, but silver and gold, everything was making all-time highs, except NQ. We have this right here, 70.36 was the previous all-time highs. We went above it. Now we went below it, so we took care of this bullish imbalances that we cleaned up. So, but we still have a few pending at 70.45, 70.52, and 70.58. These are measured from the sessions that we couldn't complete the auction and leave a good excess high. So then I keep those on my charts. So we have from yesterday's close, we have inventory, long inventory. I think it's 99.9% long, or maybe 100% long. So usually when you have that and you're opening outside the previous day's range, you get a little bit of a correction into that settlement, and we've been seeing it since the morning. We got above the highs, and then we started pulling back. We're making lower lows, lower highs, and now we're testing yesterday's high. And the scenario for today is, first of all, are we able to enter inside and accept below 70.16, which is yesterday's value area high? If we accept, then the value area rule triggers, which says that coming back inside value area should test the other side of value. So below 70.16, we target the lower levels. First one is the settlement as 70.0850, and that's also where the point of control is, the 20-day point of control and the overnight low, so everything is there. So this is a big magnet here. And then value area low is at 70.05. So at that point, I'm going to be watching to see if we continue, and if the sellers continue pressing. If they do, I'm looking at this whole area as a one distribution right here. So the low side of this distribution is 69.76, which is that low volume area. So in the case that we start coming back and do one of those look above and fail, so looking above this range, failing to hold above it, should see the lower side of this range and tag this 69.80, 69.77 area, right? And here we should see some buyers show up and then hold price around this area. Now, if the sellers keep pressing at this point and we see volatility picking up and we see that the buyers cannot get traction from here, then I'm going to be looking for more shorts into the lower distribution, right? Because we have this two distribution, and we have a very big magnet here at 69.45, which is a high volume node, and we also have two back-to-back point of controls from these two sessions that haven't been tested yet. So in the case that we get below this inside the previous week's range, I'm going to be looking for a tag of that area. And on the upside, I mean, we have that big resistance on that 7,000 strike on SPX, so that's not going to be easy to move through. So that's the equivalent of 70.30 on ES. So if we get above it, I either expect more resistance there, or just consolidating here and just pinning around the strike. But I'm thinking that it's gonna be more like profit-taking situations. We've been having like a pretty strong move from you know from 68.24. So that's if you're long all this, you're gonna want to take profit up here. So the other scenario that I didn't mention is that we attempt to get inside value and then we find buyers and then get back above yesterday's high, which is at 70.18 or 18 and a half. If that's the case, then I'm willing to attempt to look for longs, but not my best setup probably, because I don't think we're gonna get much further than this 70-30 area, but still, good 10 points. I think it's possible from that high. But if we do, for some reason, start getting back above that 70-30 area, then targets are this previous, the balance targets, 45, 52, and 58. At all those points, I'm going to be looking for pause or reversals. So in Q, I was saying that it's the one that didn't make the all-time highs, but it's pretty close. So watching this, finally took all these highs that were not they hadn't been tested before. And yesterday we took one of them, and overnight we took all of it, and then came back into this area where we had this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's like a 6-day balance. So because we're here, I'm expecting a move towards that high. But given the fact that ES is at resistance, I don't know how much traction we can get on NQ today. Maybe by Friday. NQ, if we get back inside this range below 26,180. I mean, this is I'm looking for yesterday's point of control, but we're look at the gap in NQ versus ES, right? ES is already filling that gap, and NQ is way stronger today. So if we get below this lower distribution on NQ, then I would look for a gap fill, and the target would be here at 26.90, right below 100. And then support here at 26.40. Gold, as I said yesterday, just ripped after some news of Citadel, made new highs. We had that that 51.44 tiger, but then like it just destroyed all the levels. It just like went crazy. I rolled to the J contract on gold, so we've been consolidating around the 5,300 area. And silver, it's on its 4th session, balancing around this area between 118 and 104. I think that this is gonna keep being the acceptance area for now. So longs around the 105 area, shorts around the 118 area, back to 110. Like I said yesterday, I mentioned that 110 being a magnet. We did get a lot of back and forth in this area. We kept attempting to break and then coming back, attempting to break, coming back, breaking above, then coming back into it. Let's see where crude is. So crude broke that 200 moving average, and I said yesterday that the target was 63.50 if that breaks. So that's, I don't know if we got there, but pretty close. Yeah, I think we did. Yeah, we got there. So now, I mean, with the dollar, if the yesterday the dollar was dumping, so if the dollar keeps dumping, that's bullish for commodities, right? Um, but but today we have FOMC, and that could change things around. I do see some resistance here at the 66 area on crude. We have some single prints and a low volume node. But if this move up fails, we're going back to 61, which is the 20-day and the 365-day point of control. Alright, I think that's about it for today. Good luck. And remember FOMC this afternoon. And still have lots of earnings. Alright. What's up, guys?